You want to be in the video? You want to say hello to the YouTube subscribers? Hello. Oh, okay. She does not want to say hello. Guys, hi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here. It is the evening time, as you can kind of see. That's downtown LA out there. I've got a little evening coffee here from Starbucks, and I'm sitting down to do a super chill, like, let's catch up video with you guys. I'm just gonna chat about like a few specific life updates that I want to share with you guys. It's been forever since I've made a video like this, and I realized that it was definitely time. If you're new here, I'm Shani. I make videos on my channel. I make videos on my channel about my life in LA while pursuing acting, what it's like being queer, my past struggles with social anxiety, as well as a few other things. If those topics sound interesting to you, and if you like what you see today, you should definitely subscribe and stick around. If you watched my Comic-Con vlog, then you know that I'm currently cat sitting in downtown LA. That's where I'm filming this video. She is very interested in the camera, and I'm gonna try and get her not to knock over my entire setup. So I'm gonna go grab a treat for her and I'll be right back. Be a good girl while I film this video. All right, it's over there. Go get it. Okay, guys. I wrote some notes about some major things I want to talk to you guys about. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is my eating disorder. The biggest life update that I have to share with you guys is that I am choosing to recover from my eating disorder. I'm choosing recovery. This is a really big deal. I never thought I would be choosing recovery. I never thought I would be making a video talking about how I'm choosing recovery, because I never thought I would get to a place where I wanted to recover. I honestly doubted I would ever feel ready. And you shouldn't necessarily wait until you're ready, because like the way that eating disorders work, you will never truly feel like ready. This isn't a decision I made like yesterday. This has been like a few months in like the making, I guess, of me coming to this kind of realization enough to want to even talk about it in a video. If you watched my most recent like eating disorder confessions video, I guess, called The Truth About My Eating Disorder, I talk about how I've been struggling with disordered eating and restricting and purging and like all those different things for 10 years now, over 10 years now, because I first started using my eating disorder habits and behaviors when I was 16 years old, and I'm 28 now. Honestly, it's about time that I gotten to the point where I want to get better. I remember like in the last video that I made, I feel like at that point I was like edging towards being ready. I was really close, but I wasn't mentally there yet. I'd been kind of like having a healthier and healthier relationship with food. I'd been not restricting, eating more regularly and everything like that, like for the past year, since like early in the pandemic. So like I was kind of getting there, but mentally I wasn't ready to like be honest about how I really want to let go of my eating disorder. There was a very specific moment when I knew I was ready. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and then I'm gonna kind of go on to the next topic I want to talk about in this video. So I went to the Dr. Phil show. I went to a live taping of the Dr. Phil show. I didn't know what to expect. Like, we don't get the topics ahead of time. It turned out that the topic that day was a guy who was struggling with a very, very severe case of bulimia. Basically, I was sitting in the audience and we were getting like a preview of what the episode was going to be about that we were about to see live, and we were learning about this guy, and I was just sitting there like, oh my god, are you kidding me? I don't want to see this. I can't see this right now. This is going to be so triggering for me. I can't believe this is happening. Okay, you guys might be wondering at that point, why didn't I just leave? I was working. I was doing audience work where we basically get paid to sit in the audience. It's not that Dr. Phil needs to pay people to watch his show. It's more that sometimes last minute ticket holders don't show up and they cancel, and it doesn't look good to have empty seats on TV. So then they have like paid audience members who are there to fill the empty seats. Anyway, I was there being paid. I couldn't just walk out. Like, long story short, this guy came on the show who was really struggling with bulimia. I'm not gonna go into specifics though. They really did. They went into so many specifics about his struggles, about his behaviors, and then just like the way he looked and his appearance. It was like a 45-minute segment, hour-long segment of Dr. Phil and him and his family just going into details about his struggles. This is probably the most triggering situation I ever could have possibly been faced with. This is when I was like in a good place mentally. Like I said, I'd been having a pretty good relationship with food for like the past year. So I didn't want to be triggered. In the beginning of the episode, I thought, okay, this is the end for me. Like by the time I leave this show today, I'm going to be restricting again. I'm going to be like backsliding into my eating disorder behaviors. I'm going to be doing all this stuff. By the time I leave this show today, like it's over. But then by the time the episode ended, it was actually the opposite is what happened. By the time the episode ended, I wanted even more so to not use my behaviors and to not backslide and to not start restricting. Basically, seeing someone doing as bad as he was confirmed for me that I don't want to go back to my eating disorder, that I don't want that at all, which is just so interesting. And that was the moment when I knew I was ready to recover. Just because I'm choosing recovery and I'm like consciously making that decision doesn't mean I'm not gonna have backsliding moments. A few weeks ago, I had a major backsliding moment. A few days before I tested positive for COVID, actually. If you haven't seen my COVID vlog, you can go check that out on my channel, where I basically documented how I isolated for 10 days after testing positive. A few days before testing positive, I just got into a very dark place, like emotionally. And I had the strongest urge ever to use one of my behaviors, purging. I haven't used that specific behavior in like maybe 2 years. It's really hard to know, but the urge was so strong that night. I was able to resist it, but then I did end up giving into like restricting basically. And then for a few days there, I was basically restricting again for the first time in a very, very long time. And that felt like a major step back, and I knew I didn't want to be doing it, but also I kind of did at the same time. I was dealing with some really difficult emotions, and my eating disorder behaviors have always been my way of coping with negative emotions, and I need to outgrow that, and it's time that I learn healthy coping mechanisms. But anyway, long story short, I backslid, and I was able to come out of that, and I'm doing better now. But just because I'm choosing recovery doesn't mean I won't have moments where I backslide. I can still come out of it. It's okay. Like, I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna have those moments, and that's okay. I also want to like commemorate choosing recovery by getting a tattoo. I might want it to be my first tattoo. I'm not really sure, but I know I want to get a recovery tattoo, and that's something I'm looking forward to doing. So yeah, that was my first update. My next update is I've reached a major acting career milestone. This is something that every actor has a goal of doing, and you never know, like when you start your acting career pursuits, how long it's going to take to reach this milestone. It can happen right away, or it can take a really long time. I'm 6 years into my acting career journey, and I'm finally joining the Actors Union, SAG-AFTRA. Oh my god, you guys, I've waited so long to reach this point. It's finally happening. For those who don't really know, like, it's pretty hard to get into SAG-AFTRA because there are these catch-22 situations that you have to do to get into SAG-AFTRA, but I finally qualified to join. And then of course, once you qualify to join, it's pretty expensive. There's a one-time initiation joining fee of $3,000, and then on top of that you have to pay all of the dues from the SAG projects that you've worked on. Oh, and then they have payment plans, and sometimes you can get loans through the Actors Federal Credit Union and things like that. But long story short, I'm joining SAG-AFTRA. I went down today to take one of the last steps towards joining, and I should be an official member in a few days, and this is just gonna be so great for my career. It's such a big step in the right direction. One of my first goals for 2022 is to get a better agent, and being a member of SAG is gonna hopefully help me do that. Then it'll also help me be more eligible to audition for the kinds of bigger union projects I want to audition for, like union films and network TV. Also, it'll just raise the amount of money that I'm paid when I'm working on a project. So it's just only gonna be a positive thing, and I'm so happy to finally be able to join the union. I'm just so excited. Okay, am I planning on moving out or living on my own? Okay, so I currently share an apartment with a family member, which I mention every now and then, but they're never in the vlog, so a few of you probably think I live by myself. And then I also like spend a lot of time at my girlfriend's apartment too. This kitty is making it so hard to film this video, oh my goodness. But anyway, so one of my goals for early next year, when it makes sense and when I feel ready, like financially, because living in LA is expensive AF. Like, it is not cheap, especially if you want to live on your own. I'm an introvert, and I don't like the idea of having roommates. I don't think I would ever choose that for myself. Next year, one of my goals is to get a studio apartment. I'll pop in some like apartment inspiration pictures that kind of capture the vibe I'm kind of going for, and just some photos I've been collecting. But I'm just really excited about the possibility of just creating my space from scratch, and I've never lived by myself, so it'll be a new experience. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna take this step. Like I said, I have to be ready. I've been using Zillow, like the app, to kind of just look at apartments, and there are a bunch of things out there like within my price range for when I'm ready to take the leap, you know? So that's pretty exciting. I would love to live in a place with exposed brick. I'm kind of obsessed with that ever since I saw it in a few people's apartments. Yeah, so that's one of my goals for next year. I think those are like the main major life updates I wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, this is actually my last night cat sitting this kitty. So I'm gonna do some tidying up and stuff like that. Gonna go on a store run. Downtown LA is so convenient because everything is like right here. Everything you could need. Yeah, guys, it's Wednesday, December 8th when I'm filming this. This will probably go up end of December or very early in January. I'm hoping that this will go up in 2021, but if it doesn't, then I guess maybe you're seeing this in the new year, so happy new year. I'm looking forward to like doing a bunch of revamping for my acting marketing material as we go into the new year. Like, I need to get new headshots, I need to edit a new acting reel with a bunch of new footage from different projects I've worked on that I've received and that have come out and that I can use now. I need to like kind of revamp my website a little bit, and like I said, I'm gonna be kind of transitioning agencies, so I'm like excited for all of that career stuff. Yeah, and then, you know, life as a barista. I like how familiar it is. Like, the thing I like about my side job is how good I am at it now and how familiar it feels. If anything, that would be the reason why I don't change side jobs right now. It's because the familiarity makes me really happy. Like, I love showing up to work and knowing exactly what to expect. I love knowing who I'm working with, what I'm expected to do, and just like being good at it and knowing how to do it well. So that's how that's going. Life's good. I just have a lot of goals, and I feel like I'm just like reaching towards my goals and just like kind of scraping up towards them, and that's kind of the phase of life I'm in right now. But it's okay because I'm making progress on all of my goals, and that's what matters. And living in LA and pursuing a career is hard and it's challenging, but I'm out here and I'm doing it. And like, my younger self would be like honestly so excited about a lot of the things that I find myself doing in just my everyday life right now. Like, my younger self would be thrilled. So yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for this update video. What have you guys been up to? What are you looking forward to, like, as we head into a new year? And I'm curious, like, how long you've been subscribed or how you found my channel. So if you wanna take the time to comment on like any of those things, please do. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys again very soon. Okay, bye for now.